top price off here. So it gives that data in real time.
Lambs is very, very good, very strong at the moment.
Welcome back. We're in the shed here. Myself and Robbie we're going to weigh a few lambs. Just going to run them through the scales here. We have a bit of setting up to do, but not too much. We're going to keep it as simple as possible. So we're hoping there's a lot of them fit for the factory. They've been getting a good bit of meal. The weather was bad, so up the meal a little bit, try and get them away a bit quicker. They're eating about 1.2 kilograms of meal per day on average. Does it pay? Let's have a look. So we're just going to run them across from this side of the shed over to this pen here. There's a slightly wider, with that sliding door, this gate here hinges and it latches into there. Makes a kind of a collecting pen. You will have seen us using that before. We'll get them run across here and we'll have a look at that in a minute. Shh. So you'll see the bedding here, or lack of it. We are economising on straw because it's so expensive. Well, we're actually using rough bedding. We've got the straw chopper resurrected here, so it's up and running again. Come on. Shh, 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 shh. 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 That's it. Up. So for anyone that's wondering, these lambs are 100% purebred cleans. I'll just put the name up on the screen. This is the downside to the breed. Ram lambs, a little bit slower to finish. But look, it's a price you pay for having really good females. These lambs were underdone, didn't get a good do in the back end with the bad year, bad grass, worms and all the rest, and didn't do as well as they should have done. But I run them into the shed. I was getting tight for grass, so they've been getting a bit of meal now. This is probably about 6 weeks now they're in the shed, so they weren't particularly nice looking lambs at that stage, but they've done well. Hopefully there's a lot of them fit for the factory. Let's have a look. Now we are set up, scales, we're just kind of using down here. The mobile race is outside, all packed up and assembled, and we need that. The next job will probably be scanning the O's. So we need that. Rather than dismantling it, we're just going to use this kind of a forcing pen here. We use that on and off. Just running them through the scales. That's the only job I'm doing with them today. So I have the true test clock. We'll get it turned on. Set to 0. Going to record them as well. I have my EID reader. It's an AgriDent APR 600 for anyone that's interested. I'll give you a look at that working in a minute now. But this scales, it'll give me the daily live weight gain if I just set it up here. So I start a new session, menu, sessions, enter, start new session, started. There we go. So we're ready to roll. We get our first lamb in here. Come on. So I just scan the tag here, the EID tag. It sends up the weight, 220 grams per day, or 0.21 kilograms per day. That's pretty good growth rate, I suppose. It's not bad, happy enough with that. That lamb is well fleshed, nice covering of fat. Blue mark, off to the factory. So I think what we'll do is we'll maybe let these factory ones back out here. We're going to keep them separate. It's easier than trying to sort them again, so we might just use this gate as a drafting gate. Next lamb there, Roberto. Go on. Good job. Yeah, 50 kilos. Lovely job. Scan the tag again. 230 grams a day, or 0.23 kilograms per day. Pretty good growth rate. Happy enough with that now. Well fleshed again. Blue mark, factory fit. Factory fit, Robbie?
Yes, I reckon so.
You're not far off, 52 kilograms, pretty good. Scan the tag. 0.21 kilograms a day. Not bad, happy enough with that. Let me know what you think yourselves. Is it a good weight? Blue mark. Off to the factory. Just work my budget diverter here today now.
It's slightly heavier this one.
Heavier?
Good lamb, right?
Good lamb, yeah.
Good lamb.
Plenty of line chopped. Lovely job. Oh, his days are definitely numbered. 51.8. This is going well. Over 50 kilos, definitely going to the factory. Out you go.
Light enough.
Surprising enough, 47 kilos. What are we going to do, Robbie? Feed on?
I don't know if it's
I think we'll feed on.
Have you worked it?
Yeah, the last one, if you remember on the kill sheet, the last one I sent, there was 46 kilos.
Yeah.
I think it killed out 19 kilograms dead. I could have got paid for an extra 4 kilos of carcass weight, so we'll see. Might let him run, we'll see. Lighter lamb on the scales here. We'll just scan the tag here. 300 grams a day. 0.3 of a kilogram per day. That's pretty good growth weight. We let him run. If he's putting on that much weight, he's doing well. I think a lot of the growth rate depends on their intake. Because they're getting trough fed, some of them will eat a bit faster, they'll eat a bit more meal. That is kind of what determines their growth rate.
Come on.
44. 310 grams a day. They're actually doing very well. The growth rate, I'm pretty happy with that. It's better than last year. Probably getting a little bit more meal. 53.2. It's a bit easier, Robbie, without the trailer, I think, is it?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
We're adding the work down the last there. 290 grams a day, 50 kilos. We will let that one go. Off to the factory. Fancy the burger here. 40 kilos. A lot of meal to go into that one yet. Come on. 51.2. 260 grams a day. That's pretty good. Factory. Yeah, 51 kilos. Come on. I'll just give you a bit of a breakdown on what's actually happening on this clock. So, because all our lambs, it's mandatory to have an EID chip in the tag. So that means the same as a microchip in a dog. My handheld reader can actually scan the tag and it's connected to the scales by Bluetooth. It sends the weight up to the scales and the scales calculates since the last weight how much weight it's put on and how many grams a day. So it gives that data in real time and lets you know how the lambs have done. Nice to know, at least you know they're going the right direction. I may have shown that to you before, but just for anyone that hasn't seen it before, we've only this few left here. How many's going to be fit in that, Robbie?
4 or 5.
4 or 5, right. We'll see how it goes.
This one will be
Oh dear. Now, something I just want to show you. This is probably the problem with economizing on bedding. If we look in here, this lamb is holding his foot off the ground. He has quite a sore foot. And let me just show you what the live weight gain is. .8 kilograms per day. So that is 80 grams a day compared to an average of 220, 230. So it just goes to show you the sore foot is an eye in him. Really should have a look at that. Maybe a bit of blue spray. Now, I can actually smell the foot from here. So this lad, oh, yep, I can smell foot rot from here. Pretty nasty. I don't think it's actually foot rot. It's just pure scald from manure and down on the foot. Looks pretty sore. Gonna give him a good spray of antibiotic spray, blue spray. Just leave him out here, keep him off the bedding. We'll see. If that doesn't improve, it's probably going to be an antibiotic jag. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'd give them. We'll ask the vet, we'll find out. Camera nearly got it there. 52 kilos and no tag. So I'm not sure, this one has no tag, lost the tag. Definitely cannot send it to the factory like that. Just going to stick a new tag in it, record it as a lost tag. Now, okay, that's that done. Blue spray and out the gap. Now that's all our lambs weighed. We have our ones fit for the factory up here. We'll just run them into this pen in here. Up. Shh. Come on. Up. All right. Up. Robbie, you happy enough with the bit of weighing?
I think so, I think so.
Yeah, not bad. They've done well.
I'd like to see a bit more, because there's money in our pockets, you know.
Welcome back. Just loading these lambs. We've 15 lambs to go to the factory. Getting the trailer set up. We'll get them in a minute. Farmer friend out here, trailer twin.
Daddy, did you just move the whole quad?
Yep, strong like a bull. Right, you'll see.
Your whole smash.
You'll see I have a little helper here today. And you come down here for a second. Come on. So I have my little helper. We're on a school run. So we're going with these lambs. We're going to meet the factory buyer. We're on the way to school. So we're getting 2 jobs done. The girls are going to help me load these. Enya's here as well. She's fascinated with some pigeons I have up here that I really want to get rid of. They are making a serious mess in my shed. 2 girls.
Oh!
Yeah, the bowl pigeons. We're going to have to do something with them.
Wow.
So this is my 2 little girls. This is Enya. Enya is 3.5 or so. Hi, good girl. And Ada is 7.5. 7.
79.
7. Okay, right. We'll get these loaded. First job is we have to get scan their tags. We're going to do that with the EID reader. We'll get that done next. Go on. Go on. So I'm just using my walk through troughs. They can be handy for this job. It's like kind of a race, a double race in the centre of the shed. So I'll just get them scanned here now. $15, lovely. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Okay, right. We're going to let these out. These girls. Come on. Lovely. That's it, good girls. Okay. Up. Yep. Yep. Come on, up you go. Come on. Up. So the lamb's loaded. Next job is the factory buyer is right beside where Enya goes to play school. We get 2 jobs done at once. That's why we're loading them on the way to school. So thanks for your help, girls. Into the Jeep. We'll hit the road.
Hit the road.
All right, Ada. Thanks for your help. Have a good day at school.
Daddy, every day to school there.
Thanks, Ada. See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Now, Enya, thanks for your help. Off to school.
Yes.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Love you.
Love you so much. Love you.
Now, so just have these lambs dropped off here with the buyer. He's going to transport them to the factory. So we get our returns in a couple of days. I'll let you know how that goes. Now, with the lambs unloaded here, this is Brian Crow. He's an agent, factory agent for Keypack. So, Brian, tell me, how's the lamb trade going?
Lamb trade is very, very good. Very strong at the moment.
Yeah.
Large demand for lambs. Some lambs coming on now on stream. Not much flesh, but I need to fed lambs, yes.
Aye, they're hungry for them. Like.
Oh yeah, hungry for good lambs.
And they're rising, a nice steady bit of a rise. This time last year they didn't go up after Christmas.
No, just a steady rise, nothing major now, but there is a steady rise and a strong demand.
Yeah, well, of course, we're heading into an early Easter and an early, is it EID or is it Ramadan? That should bring a bit of a demand.
Yeah, it should bring a bit of demand. How much further they rise, it'll determine on supply, like everything else, supply and demand, but at the moment there is a strong demand for good lambs.
Good lambs. Right, good. Well, I see yous are feeding cull ewes. Yous must know something I don't know. Will there be a demand for them later on?
Stalemate there now with them ewes. Yeah. There's not much productivity or not much talk about the lamb or the ewe trade going to rise at the future, but you never know.
So here, look after Michelle and Amanda and Damien down in the office there, and I'll expect nothing less than $7.50 a kilo. All right? Come on, right, thanks Brian, all the best.
No bother.
Good man. So this is a couple of days later, my returns from the lambs is back from the factory. I'll give you a look at that now. Pretty good, top price of $159 per head, $6.90 a kilo. Less deductions, it comes into a little over 153 or 153 euro per head. Not bad, happy with that. Considering I was selling these lambs as stores back in September for 87 euro a head. They've eaten at least 20 euro a head of meal, about 50 kilos each across the 6 weeks, 42 days. I'm estimating about 50 kilos per head they've eaten. At the current prices, that's about 20 euro per head of meal. Brings them up to 107. It's leaving a margin of about 45 to 50 euro, which is not bad. I'm kind of glad I kept them because, yes, I'm out the expense of the bedding and the hassle of feeding them, but it's money better in my pocket, and particularly at this time of year. It's an expensive time. The ewes coming into the shed now have to buy a little bit of silage, have to buy a little bit of meal. Well, not a little bit, probably going to take about 5, maybe 6 ton of meal for the ewes. The veterinary expenses as well, tags, all those expenses come in now at this time of year. So kind of glad these are still here. They will help towards that. This is the balance. There's about 20 left. Probably end up killing them later just before the ewes come into the shed. I'm hoping we'll keep the ewes out for another 2 or 3 weeks, but it's difficult. The weather's back to wind and rain. Difficult to keep them out. The grass isn't really lasting very long. We'll maybe have a look here at the grading not too bad. We've graded ewes and ores, fat covering of 3. In Ireland here are, what I know, sheep and cattle are graded on a scale E, U, R, O and P. E is the best grade, P is the lowest conformation in the carcass. So my lambs are grading ewes and ores, which is not bad for a maternal breed. Let me know yourself how that compares with different breeds of sheep, your own breed of sheep, let me know. When I do mention lambing, not being far away, if you are going to be feeding pet lambs, which most of us who keep sheep generally have a few. So if you haven't seen it already, have a look at our video of making your own homemade lamb feeder. Parts now back in stock in the Sheep School shop. Also, here's another device new in stock in the shop, useful for feeding lambs. It's a teat holder where the teat is actually recessed into a cup, which protects the teat from getting ripped. Also in the shop is different types of teats. Hard for the older lambs, medium one when you're getting them moved on, and very soft teats if you're some of them weak or watery kind of lambs, weakish triplets or quads. There's a very good teeth. It's really, really soft teeth as well. Also, don't forget the headlocks also available. Thanks to everybody who has bought one already. They are selling very well. Available now, sheepschoolshop.com. And thank you for your support. It is very much appreciated. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.